And I want to tell you guys, because I probably won't have that much opportunity, but I want to go over the history of our agency. Okay? Because I know you guys are dying to know. So it was August of 2007 here. Okay? I was in Costa Mesa. I was 27 years old. Okay? I had 0 policies. The very first day, literally, I went into an office, but it wasn't my office. You know, I'm just borrowing like another agent's office. They didn't have a desk, so I just like, this is a conference room. Well, the office was way smaller than this, but there's a conference room, so I just worked out of the conference room. I was like, okay, I don't have to pay rent, right? Okay. 0 policies. Okay. 0 employees, obviously. Okay. 0 phone system, just had my cell phone and my laptop. You know, 0 kids. I didn't have anything really, if you think about it. Like I didn't have a wife. You know, I haven't met Reese at that point. I didn't have any girlfriends. I didn't have like even a girl that was a friend. I literally didn't have anything. Okay.
You had a little booty call there.
That is so not true. I wished. So I had nothing. The only thing I had was my insurance licenses. Okay, and I had a degree, but then I found out very quickly that meant nothing when it comes to making more money. So I had nothing. Okay, and the very first day I started, I sat in the conference room like this, and I set up my parents' policy. They switched, you know.
It was more specific.
Yeah, it was. You know it. 3 cars in a home. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You know, so. And I started my own policy too, you know, auto and renter, you know, so I was like, okay, cool, this is great. I'm off to a great start. You know, I'm going to kill it in this business. Second day, August 2nd, I came into the office. There was literally nothing to do, literally nothing. Like, who's going to call me? Nobody, right? So we've come a long ways, is what I'm going to tell you guys. I'm not sure if you guys, this part of the story doesn't maybe matter that much, but at that time, I was thinking I was going to play professional poker, you know, and I was going to Hawaiian Gardens and playing like really high stakes poker because I made pretty good money like the job before, so I had a little money saved up. So I was going there, but I was like not that good, so I was constantly losing. And sometimes I would win though, you know, but I would spend like, sometimes I'll win like 5,000, sometimes I'll lose like 2,000, but I was pretty used to like gambling. So the second day I came to work, I was like, man, there's nothing going on. I went on the internet, man, there was like, people didn't even have Blackberries back then. There was no Facebook. Okay.
There's MySpace.
There was MySpace, yeah.
I graduated in 2007.
Oh, really? Okay. My MySpace game was really strong,
Yeah.
but who cares about that? But there was Google though. So on Google, I said insurance leads, and all these companies popped up, and I was like, okay, like what do I have to lose? I just like spend 2,000 here, 2,000 here, then I start getting leads, and everybody back then, because I was sharing the office with the other agents, they were like, what are you doing? That's like the stupidest thing ever. You got to go and meet people and do this and do that and like, you know, join the Chamber of Commerce and like take realtors out for lunch and, you know, all this stuff. I was like, that's not really my style because I'm kind of introverted. And I was like, no, I don't like that. But they were like, man, internet leads is the guarantee is not going to work. So that's kind of how we started in digital marketing, if you could call it, because that's kind of what our office does, right? And then the world has totally shifted that way. So I got off to a good start, knowing that I believed the internet was a way. Like the internet was a way people were going to shop. So I got a great head start in 2007, understanding that. 6 months later, I hired my first person. She was a Spanish speaker, so that kind of made a big difference in our agency. Kind of like led to kind of how it is, maybe right now. 2008, the recession started. The whole economy tanked. I was like, great. You know, literally August.
What year?
Yeah, boom. And then that's when farmers brought up Bristol West. So that really helped us out. Yeah, because a lot of people didn't have money back then, and Bristol West was a perfect.
Or no license.
No license. Yeah, just like yeah. So farmers didn't buy out Bristol West, I don't know what would have happened.
But that's when a lot of people were getting DUIs too.
Yeah, there wasn't Uber back then.
Mm-hmm. And then like mandatory insurance action.
Mm-hmm.
And the suspensions.
Yeah. You were in the insurance business.
I was already working at insurance at 18.
Oh yeah.
That was my first job.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, That's crazy. And then there was a time before there was prior insurances. Yeah, so you've been in the game just as long as I have. That's awesome, Jess. 2009, I finally got my own office. Well, it wasn't really my own office, but I got like at least like, I moved out of conference room. I moved to another farmer's agents. They were like downsizing, so they had an extra like 700 square feet. So I could like, oh, okay, I could really hire like, because me and my employer was working. It was just like Letro, kind of how it is right now, just like taking up space, And then we got our own office, and then that was Newport Beach. Okay, 2011 we moved to the Tustin office. Who was at the Tustin office?
I was there
He was there, yeah.
for a little bit.
Oh, 2011, yeah, moved to Tustin office. Okay. 2012 was when Laura joined. 2016, Jazz, Kalia, Maria, Yuchan. Okay. When did we move to this office? 2017, moved to this office. 2020.
We moved to here.
No, we were already here in Orange. 2020. This is coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, coronavirus.
Oh, I went
Okay.
skip to the
So yeah, that's kind of the history.
Technically, we're still coronavirus right now.
Oh yeah, sometimes I forget. So, but let's talk about where we are right now. Okay, 2020. Okay, our age 2019. That's when our agency first made $1 million in 1 year. Okay, 2020 we did 1.5 million. Okay, so.
Yeah, I need a raise.
Why am I sharing this?
Your fault.
Zero. Literally zero, right? Like I work hard for a whole month, and my paycheck will be like $300. Okay, so 2020, 1.5 million. We have 10,000 clients. Okay, I had zero right here.
That's a long way.
10,000 clients. Okay, the reason I kind of want to share with you guys this is because what's going to happen next? Because 14 years to some of you guys that are really young, that seems like forever, but it passes.
It goes by fast.
It goes by fast. And 14 years later, I mean, we're all going to be working, right? I don't think anyone's going to, knock on wood.
We won the lotto.
Right? But even if you, unless you were in the lotto, that's a good argument. Okay. Well, honestly, if I had a lot of money, in which I could right now, I could live on the beach and sip pina coladas all day long if I wanted to.
No, you wouldn't.
But I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Like, I would want to be working anyways.
Yeah. I don't see you doing
Right?
that. Even if you were falling out, you wouldn't.
Yeah. No, seriously, I could live kind of like that lifestyle if I wanted. But this is actually more fun for me to actually be in here and try to like see what we could do the next 14 years. Okay, because if you went from 1 to 1.5, well, 2021 is going to be more than that already. I know it. We're already on pace to get close to not hit 2 million, but okay. So that's going to be 14 years later. That's going to be 35. I just want to show you guys what could happen if you think really long term. Okay, 14 years later, just do the math. How old are you guys going to be? Okay, if you work hard every day and have really stay consistent every single day, 14 years later, you're going to be at a much different position than you are today if you're putting in the effort every single year and going the right direction. No matter how slow it is, if you look at the long term, it's going to make a big difference. Okay, and that's just what I want to share with you guys. I think really long term. I think super long term. Okay, and I think as you get older, you start thinking longer term too. When I was younger, I was just like, okay, the only thing I was planning was like Friday night. Like, what am I going to do Friday night? Like, that's the only thing. That's as far back ahead as I went. Okay, so you want to think really ahead. Now I think super long term. Okay, 2035, you guys can do the math, but I don't want to share my age, but I'll still only be halfway in my life. 14 years later, I'm still only at halfway point. Okay, so. Okay, but that's still only to me because I'm very confident in my health, how I take care of myself. I'm literally only halfway in. Okay, so if I got this far in 14 years, and I'm super excited where 2035 is, I'm super excited where you guys will be. I think you guys would, some of you guys don't even know it, but I could already envision it, will be not even employees, like partners, okay, of businesses, business owners, hopefully. With me, there's gonna be different offices, there's going to be different positions. There's going to be different businesses. There's going to be just so much we could get done in 14 years that I'm really excited. And just the power of thinking long term. I'll tell you guys how long term I think. Okay, I'm thinking so long term that my plan or my goal, not all of you guys obviously, but some of you guys, and I think I shared this before, would be at my funeral.
Yeah.
That's how long term I think. But if you think that long term, then you're gonna act accordingly. Like, okay, if I want that to happen, then I better do this, this, and this, and that. Even though today's work doesn't seem that great or that fun, it's like, okay, well, since I have that goal, then I'm gonna act this way because those are my goals long term. Okay, so that's pretty extreme, but I want you guys to think long term, 14 years, 2035, how old are you guys gonna be, where are you guys gonna be at, and what type of success you guys are gonna be reaching, and what type of life goals, not just money, but happiness goals you guys have. All right?